This is a solution video for tutorial 9, case problem 3. Of course, you got to open this workbook and then they want you to fill out the author and date. And finally, we'll go to the first real instruction, which is go to the investment analysis sheet, and they want us to enter a 0 in the income and then 5.1, which will be in millions, but that'll be our startup expense. Basically, the beginning of this exercise is an exercise in interpolation and extrapolation. And so in instruction 4, they want us to start out with 0.35 as a year 1 income, and then we're expecting it to be in year 10 to be 3 million. And then we want to interpolate the values between those two. And it will be a linear trend. So I'll select that range. I'll go on the home ribbon to the fill series, linear trend, and we'll hit OK. So it'll just put an even value between 0.35 and 3 million. For instruction 5, we're now going to do a growth trend between year 11 and 17. And so I think we'll start at year 10 and go through 17, and it's 3% each year. So we will extrapolate that because we don't have an endpoint. So we will fill series, no, not trend, but growth. And our step value is 1.03 because that's increasing the number by 3%. So we'll hit OK on that. And we'll run down and check our solution picture. That looks good. Year 17, 3.69. And on instruction 6, we're going to do a declining linear trend. So year 17 and declining to 0.25 in year 25. So we'll put 0.25 here. So we will grab that range, 17 through 25. It's an interpolation. We have 2 endpoints. We will grab this series. It's linear trend. And we'll hit OK. And hopefully it will now go down. So let's say if we go to 0.68, 1.1, and yes, we have a similar solution. Instruction 7, we're going to do a growth rate of 3% for the entire time on our expenses. So in year 1, our expenses are 0.92, and they're going to grow at 3% all the way to year 25. So fill series growth, step value 1.03, and then we'll hit enter. It ends at 1.87, which is the same result as our solution picture. Instruction 8, we're just filling out the shutdown phase, which we're expecting to have 0 income at that point and a 14.8 million expense. And now we're just going to calculate the profit for each of these years. So we will just take our income and subtract our expenses, income minus expenses. And we can double click, drag that formula down. I think we want to do that without formatting. And then we want to do some conditional formatting that will highlight cell rules if they are less than 0. We'll do a light red fill with red text. Instruction 12 and G20, we're going to calculate the internal rate of return investment using the cash flows in range D4 through D30. So right here we want to calculate what is the internal rate of return on this investment. And I guess we're viewing our investment as this initial startup expense. We're going to spend 5.1 million, and then here's the cash flow we're going to get back. So right here we will go equal IRR, and it simply wants that whole range, D4 through D30, because we do have an expense during our shutdown. Parenthesis, we won't give it a guess, and it's saying it's 10.69% is our internal rate of return, the break-even point of a net present value. And I recognize right now I just skipped 2 steps, so we'll go back and do step 10. That was, what was that, step 12? Yeah, so on 10, we got to go from 1% to 15%. I will select both of those. Drag down. Oops, am I going too far? 1 to 15, I guess right through there. And now in step 11, we're going to calculate the net present value. So equal NPV So we want to find our rate. What rate did they want us to use for that? Oh, now I quit thinking. Yeah, the rate that we just put in. So there's our discount rate. So we're going to do the net present value based on all of these different discount rates. So, comma, but now what are our list of payments that we're getting back? So that will be just right here, D5 through 30. So those are our payments coming back. Obviously, some of them are negative, but what we want to do is then take that and subtract our investment, the 5.1. Since it's already negative, I think we're going to end up adding our investment back. So I'm hit enter. So the net present value is a positive number there, but as we drag down, we would expect, oh, did I do something wrong? Oh, I forgot to absolute our D4. Because I'm expecting it to go negative after 10.69. So I need to absolute our investment. So then I come down, and sure enough, oh, something doesn't feel right. Oh, brother, I figured it out. I forgot to absolute this range also, right? The payments that we're getting back, 5 through 30, does not change that range. So the only thing that's changing is our discount rate, seeing at what point do we go from positive to negative. So, anywho, it's time to go home. I will double click that. There we go. So now we have positive values, and then it switches between 10 and 11 as we'd expect. Since I happen to have calculated the IRR first, I would have known that it's going to go from positive to negative at 10.69%, being the break-even point. And now we want to apply conditional formatting to that same group. So we'll just put 0, light red, and we should have similar values. And finally, 13 and 14. We're just going to create two charts. We'll look at the solution pictures. So one's a line chart of income and one's a clustered column chart of income and expenses. So to do the income, and notice the labels on it are startup all the way through to shutdown. So I want to grab those labels, and then I'm going to hold down the control key. Well, actually, because income's right next to it, I'll just grab them both together. And now I can go to insert, and we'll do a line chart, probably the first one. And I won't spend a lot of time formatting on this video, but obviously I'll probably fix the chart title. Looks like they did some fill on the background. And you could change, you could format your category axis. You could rotate it a little bit. If you run over here to this button, here's your alignment, vertical, text direction, and then there's a custom angle. And I think if you go negative, it'll look similar. Year 2, yeah, it looks like they're going every other year, and I have something similar. Anyway, you can drag that over. And finally, let's go to our clustered column chart. Looking at our solution picture, I'll close this out. It does again look similar, income and expenses, with our labels being the startup year. So I can now basically just grab all of that range and go to insert chart. Here's your clustered column chart 2D. For the most part, that's your income and expenses. Looking at the solution picture, oh, notice I have series 1, series 2. I end up marking that wrong on students all the time. I don't want to see that. And the reason I got it is I didn't grab these labels up here. So I think it's going to be easier just to start over with this chart, and let's redo our selection and grab those labels at the very top along with the x-axis labels. And I will go insert clustered column. And now we have our income and expenses. Obviously you're going to want to fill out a chart title and maybe rotate the years like we just did a second ago. Move it to where it needs to be moved, and you should be good. And we're only doing through instruction 15 on this exercise.